Hi Richard, great to meet up with you yesterday and do a little bit of work on your game. Saw some great improvements towards the end of your session, and just to recap on the work that we did. Initially, the first session in, we're trying to identify the fundamentals that you need to apply to play good golf. And fundamental number one is the ability to hit the ball, then the turf. What we see with all good players at impact is a situation where the handle of the club leads the club head coming into the ball. So we can see here two different players producing the same impact situations where the handle is leading the club head. And then what we're going to see on the way through is that the ball is hit before the turf. You can see the divot happening after the yellow line that's illustrating where the golf ball was. So always trying to hit ball then turf. That's the number one fundamental in golf that separates consistent players from inconsistent players. Again, if we run the guy through on the right, ball then turf. So always ball first, then turf. And in order for us to do that, we need to have a couple of things happening. Well, first of all, we need to, as we've explained, have the handle of the club leading the club head to impact. The shaft leans towards the target, so there's no attempt to scoop the ball. We don't want to try and get under it. And then what we see is that both players have their weight favouring the left side. You can see there on both guys that the left knee's worked out in front of the right, in front of the left foot. So the weight is favouring the left. Excuse me, something like 75% to 25%. And the way we're going to develop that is in practice. We're going to spend some time hitting some shots with the right leg very straight and a little bit more weight on the left side. Once you're in that position, just keep everything there and keep leaning with the handle, and that's going to allow you to feel what you're seeing there on the screens in front of you. The more you can do that, the more conditioned you're going to be to moving into the golf ball during your downswing. And then what we suggested, when you hit some shots, normally when you soften the right leg up and you go back to a more traditional stance, try to focus on keeping the weight a little bit more on the left throughout your swing. As we illustrated during your session, you can move off the ball and back onto the ball and hit the shot successfully. However, that's not the simplest way of doing it. The weight does need to be in the left side at impact. Therefore, the less we move it on the way back, the simpler the swing is going to be. So good luck with it. Have a great session between now and when we get together next week, and I'll see you next Saturday. Well done.